everything I used to dream being real right now, now. If it wasn't working, I'ma work it out, yeah. I keep on going till the lights go down, yeah. Till the lights go. Everybody wanna make millions, but not everybody been working. Everybody know they got brilliance, but not everybody been searching. Everybody rap about money and hoes, but they got neither. Everybody knows, always been keeping it real. Every time that I spit in the flow, I've been going to get it, they not gon' forget it. I've been going up, they been staying afloat. My music been personal, telling my stories. I'm telling the truth and my life been exposed. Talking to fans that we in it together. I'm never gon' turn even under the pressure. I'm keeping it true to myself. Don't matter to me if the curtains are open or closed. Everything I wanted, I got it. Always wanted more, so I'll never be stopping.
Guys, it's Luis with Project Unlimited. We're here with one of my reps, Gunnar Smith. He's an experienced rep, and he sold 187 accounts his first summer. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and interview him. And right now we're here in Pocatello, Idaho. And what is this called?
We're up at the Pillars up at Idaho State University.
This is this epic area. We can see the entire university right now ahead of us. There's an epic sunset in the back. The mountain, it's pretty epic. How are you doing today, Gunnar?
Pretty good. It's a little chilly out here, but it is February.
It is cold. We're just out here in the cold making a video. And that's the opportunity, guys. Like, if you get excited about what you're doing and you expand your income, you can actually go travel places, record videos, and do cool stuff like this, you know? So what I want to ask you, the first question I want to ask you, Gunnar, is did you think you were going to do as well as you did your first summer? I'll pass it over to you.
My first summer, I honestly didn't know what to expect. I looked at the chart that they give you, and I'm like, 100 sales, I would make X amount of dollars. I'm like, I'm okay with that. I need to get one a day. And then I get out there, and I mean, I surpassed it, obviously, but I didn't expect to do nearly as well as I did. But I mean, with certain things motivating me, I not only met my goal, but I surpassed my goal and made more money than I would have. So
good. Now, I think one of the things we've been doing in the past that we probably should have done a lot more is we've always undersold how hard the job is. And I think a lot of people misunderstand that it's probably one of the hardest things they're ever going to do, just because you're faced with a lot of rejection, the weather elements. It's cold, it's going to rain, it's going to be sunny. So I want to ask you, Gunnar, what are some of the hardest things that you're going to do in the job as a door-to-door salesman?
Definitely the rejection. That's one of the things that is hardest about the job. Also, working long hours. I mean, it's a grind. I mean, yeah, you work 4 months out of the year and you make incredible money if you do well, but you need to grind it out. Even when you're tired, there's plenty of times where I'm like, I have walked so many miles today. I'm tired. I'm going up and down these hills. I'm at 3 sales. I'm at my goal for the day. And then, I mean, you just got to keep pushing through it. It's hard. It's definitely not an easy job, but with the training that Aptive provides and everything that they do for us, I mean, it makes it a ton easier.
Good. Yeah, and when you go out to the summer, it's 4 to 5 months, you know. It seems like a lot of time, but the reality is that there's not that much time, and there's always so many different distractions. You can always go chill at McDonald's. You can always go and sit in the curb, you know. You can always chill and go watch a movie, you know. There's so many different distractions, and I think the reps that do best are the ones that are able to eliminate those distractions and are able to commit for those 4 to 5 months and throw down for those 4 to 5 months. Now, Gunnar, for a lot of those new reps that are, you know, they're gonna come out and they're gonna try to get the first sale, how many days did it take you to get your first sale? And tell us how much training you had before you came out for the summer.
So my story was kind of crazy because I'd met this guy and he introduced me and a couple of my friends to door-to-door sales. I had known this guy for 2 days, and I mean, he's a salesman. He talked us into driving down to Provo, meeting the regional manager, and we signed that next day. Like, it was 2 days from when I signed to when I left for the summer.
Damn.
It was pretty crazy. So the training wasn't, I couldn't prepare like I wish I could have before the summer, but once I got there, I hit it pretty hard. I took it really, really serious. It took me 2 days to get my first sale. My first day I went out and knocked basically the whole 11, 12 hours and didn't get any, but I learned. I made some mistakes. I knew things that I could go talk to my team leader about and train on for the next day. So the next day I went out and I got my first sale. It didn't take me super long in the day, but it was pretty rough. I was super nervous, which, I mean, everybody is. You get in the house and then you just get super excited and the jitters come, and I overcame all of her objections and she seemed to be down for it. All I needed to do was close her, and that was where I struggled my first sale. All I had to say was, what's your name, or does morning or afternoon work better for you? But
just a simple close.
Yeah, just a simple close, because she was already head nodding with me, she was already agreeing with me, and all I needed to do was close it, which eventually I did, but it was definitely a struggle.
That's true. And the training is like one element of being a good salesman. You know, we can teach you exactly what to say, but there's a second level of learning. Once you get out on the doors and you're actually dealing with a real customer, there's a second level of learning you have to go through before you get those deals. Now, one thing I want to ask you, Gunnar, is we've obviously talked about how hard it is. You know, we're going to be knocking doors. People are not going to want us there. People are going to yell at us. Hey, what are you doing in my property? Get off my property. Did you see the sign? It says no soliciting. Besides that, you know, I know before you went out for the summer, there was a lot of people that said it couldn't be done, you know. And there's a lot of people that said, no, that's not a good idea. You shouldn't go that far. That's a bad idea. What I want to ask you is, how did it feel when you finished out the summer and you drove home? How did you feel?
Man, that drive home was honestly the most rewarding part of the summer, probably. I mean, at that point, I'm like, I put my all into this. I did good. Like, I proved everybody wrong. And I mean, I'm not really one to prove people wrong, but hearing the negativity of it can't be done, or, you know, how you hear people say negatives about door-to-door sales, and for me to succeed and persevere through that, it was definitely a really humbling and awesome experience.
Good, yeah, because especially with this job, I don't know what it is, and maybe it's just because of the money involved with it, you know. There's a lot of people that, you know, talk down on it, you know, and they're like, no, that's a dumb idea, that's a scam. But the reality is that it's one of the realest jobs out there when it comes to being an entrepreneur and just going out there and making an income, knocking doors. Now, what are your top 3 tips, Gunnar, for a brand new rookie to go out and do well their first summer, just like you did that first summer with 187 accounts, which is pretty good, guys. Like, that's incredible, guys. 187 accounts, that's insane, guys. Here you go.
My biggest piece of advice, keep it slow. That was my biggest thing. Was when I was learning the pitch, I said it really fast, and you have to realize that all of your emotions, everything that you're portraying to the customer, and your ultimate goal is to build the customer's trust, and through doing those nervous tics that all of us do, speaking fast, shuffling feet, stuff like that, just proves that you're not confident in what you're saying, and they're less likely to listen to you. So keeping it slow would be my first piece of advice. And then honestly just train. Like when you're not knocking on the doors. I mean, I've had a lot of coworkers. I've done it. You get done knocking for the day and you want to go home and sleep, or you want to go home and whatever, but you need to make sure, if you're going to go to sleep, to get up and read some of the training manual at least a little bit in the morning, and watch some of the videos, and just keep sharpening that saw. But ultimately it just comes down to, it's not as much as what you say to the customer, it's how you say it. So making sure that your gestures when you're pointing up to the eaves are slow, and you're using your head nods. Attack them with head nods and smiles and chuckle talk. Whatever you have to do to make that customer loosen up will make you succeed in this job.
Those are really good points, like sticking to the basics, going slow, hand motions, adding a bunch of head nods, smiling, just to make sure you get those emotions flowing in the customer. And the last question I have, Gunnar, and I don't know if you want to say anything else after this, but I know there's a lot of distractions out there in the summers and a lot of mistakes that you can make during the summer. So like, what is probably your biggest mistake, or some of the mistakes you made during the summer, that if you could have gone back and not done them, you would have made so much more money? Because we all have those, and I had those every single summer. I had those mistakes, or if I could have corrected those, I could have made so much more money that summer.
My biggest thing was probably complacency, because as I started to get more comfortable with the pitch, I would be like, oh, I got 1 or 2 sales in the morning before lunch. I would feel like accomplished for the day, and I would kind of get complacent. And I would go back from lunch and wouldn't have that same drive or that same hunger for the sale that I did before. And I feel like if I would have just had that same mentality throughout the entire day, it would have made a huge difference. Another mistake that I think that I made was just with the training. I mean, at first I just had different times throughout the summer, where you get super confident in your pitch, or you're selling really well. So you're like, oh, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And then you slowly start to forget about the basics. And then you start getting frustrated. You're like, why is this not working like it was before?
That's true.
So, I mean, just keeping up on your training manual and sharpening the saw, as they say, is probably the biggest way to succeed. Good.
Yeah, because if you try to go out there with with a bat and chop down a couple of trees, you're going to be struggling for a little bit, But if you go out and cut trees with a super sharp blade, you're going to be able to smash through everything, But yeah, what do you have anything else to say, Gunnar? We're out of questions, dude.
Dude, 2020 is going to be a huge year. I am so excited.
Phoenix, Arizona.
We're going to kill it. I'm not going to be shivering and freezing. It's going to be a grind, but we're going to kill it. We're going to change it. It's going to be dope.
Yeah, guys, we're right here. We're on top of the mountain right now. We're seeing an epic sunset. So if you guys want to come and sell with us, you want to do epic stuff with us, we're taking it to the next level, guys, with videos, with traveling, with all that kind of stuff. We're taking this door-to-door sales job and putting it on the map. Okay, so if you guys are interested in selling, I want to reemphasize again how tough it is. It's one of the hardest jobs you're gonna do. This is not an easy job, okay? I know a lot of people think it's too good to be true, but the reality is that it's not, okay? You're gonna suffer a lot. You're gonna go through a lot of painful moments, but I promise you, if you can get through that and you can work the hours and you can commit, you're gonna be super successful at this, just like Gunnar Smith was. 187 accounts this first summer. We're just proving that it's been done, you guys. Like,
let's go.
Gunnar did it. There's no reason why nobody else can do it, But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Peace
out.